Robin was sat in the sheds dozing. He had returned from the works after his incident with a coal train. He was now in ex-works condition. His paint and parts were evidently brand new as they glistened in the late afternoon sun. He was having a few finishing touches applied to him while he was trying to come up with something to pass the time. Just then he noticed a girl walking around the yard. Robin always knew that some young boys would sneak into the yard to take numbers, names, and even photographs of the locomotives, and the crew would take no notice but warn them not to be caught out by the fusspot shunter at work. But never a young girl wandering over the tracks. She seemed determined to find someone. Robin watched her with a curious expression until at last she made her way to the mogul. "Excuse me, have you seen me dad?" she asked abruptly. Robin naturally assumed this girl was lost and spoke sensitively to her. "Are you lost?" he puffed kindly. "Do you want me to get someone?" "Yes, me dad," came the sharp reply. Oh, who is your dad?" whimpered Robin. "Me dad's the shed-master here," explained the girl. "He's the man that looks after you. He gave his name to a tank engine." The girl smiled cheekily. "Poor thing." Robin smiled too. He introduced himself and explained how he hadn't been living at the sheds long. "Nice to meet you, Robin. I'm Vicky." She patted him assuredly on the buffer. "Victoria!" came the outburst. "What are you doing here?" Sure enough, Vicky was the shed-master's daughter, and by the sounds of things he wasn't impressed at how she'd managed to sneak in. But he couldn't stay cross for long, and gave his daughter a hug. "You're only here if you really want something," he sighed. "That's just the thing. You know it's me 18th soon, and I finally know what I want." The shed-master held his breath in worry. "Me and Sally have been saving up and we want to go to Liverpool and go to the cabin." The reply Vicky got was brief and blunt. "No." "But I've been doing extra shifts at the corner shop," protested Vicky, "and I am nearly 18. "No." Robin watched the family debate with interest. Vicky gave a very long and overdramatic sigh. "Fine. I sort of knew you'd say no anyway, so I came up with a backup plan." Again the shed-master waited with bated breath. "Go up to Manchester and go on Top of the Pops." "Top of the Pops?" murmured a confused Robin to himself. "It's a television show that has the most popular bands in the top charts playing. I've already written to Auntie Jean and she said she'd be more than happy for me and Sally to stay, and Mum said yes," Vicky said quickly, trying to get everything out before her father could drop the bombshell. But the shed-master pondered over the thought. He was about to give an answer when he was immediately needed somewhere else and left his poor daughter in suspense. Robin sympathized with Vicky. "Don't worry," he puffed. "I'm sure since you're about to become a young lady that your father will take that into account and let you go on Top of the Props." "It's called Pops," corrected Vicky. "Oh, I hope so. It will be a dream come true." "And dreams do come true," added Robin cheerfully. "Oh, you're a lovely sort of engine," smiled Vicky. "I do hope I can see you again, and hopefully, if I do go, tell you all about me trip." Vicky waved goodbye as she set off for home. That evening, Robin told the other engines about Vicky. "She's been cocky ever since she was little, but she's got a heart of gold," grinned Fred. "The cavern, did you say?" Terry chipped in. "I've heard of that place. The drivers used to take the girlfriends there at night. They used to say that a really good band used to play there, but I can't remember what they're called." "Well, now she's going to Manchester to see Top of the Pops," explained Robin. "Top of the Pops?" spluttered William. "Whatever will they dream up next?" "Will someone tell Grandad to cheer up?" "Oh, don't be so cynical. It's for the youngsters," said Fred. "Hear, hear," agreed Jimmy. "Well, music isn't as good as what it used to be," complained William. No one wanted to have this conversation. It was almost as if William wanted the conflict, but he soon realized what he was doing and kept his comments to himself. "Anyway, she might not be going. The shed-master didn't give her a reply," peeped Robin. Jimmy and Fred had known the shed-master and his family for a number of years. They had a sneaking suspicion that the shed-master would give a positive response to his daughter. And they were right. A week later the shed-master escorted his excited daughter and her friend to the station. They excitedly boarded the train. As more passengers were boarding, Terry backed onto his passenger train. "Looks like they're going after all," puffed Jimmy. Terry had been trying to work out the band his old drivers went to see in Liverpool. It had been on his mind all week. "It's been bugging me for ages. It'll come to me when I'm not thinking about it," grumbled Terry. Whilst Terry was busy with his little dilemma, Vicky's train was beginning to depart. The shedmaster waved until his daughter was out of sight. A couple of days had passed, and before long Arthur steamed in with Vicky on board. Jimmy knew she would have a few tales to tell. That evening, the shedmaster came to check his engines. "Vicky returned home safe and well, I see," Jimmy began. "Indeed she did," replied the shedmaster. "She had a wonderful time, and I'm sure one way or another she will make her way here and tell you all about it." The shedmaster looked in Robin's direction. Robin understood what he meant. "Who did she go and see?" asked Terry anxiously, hoping for the shedmaster to put him out of his misery. He had been going insane trying to remember that elusive band name. "Oh, I dunno." The shedmaster scratched his head. "4 lads from Liverpool with similar haircuts was the description she gave me." Unsatisfied, Terry tutted and the shedmaster bid them all a good night. But as the engines were fast asleep that night, Terry suddenly awoke. "The Beatles!" he cried. "That's what they were called." William reluctantly opened his eye. "The Beatles?" he sniffed. "Well, with a name like that they won't be getting very far." And he went back to sleep. Terry, feeling quite deflated, had nothing else to say.